Hello, hello. How's it going? Give me just a second. Oh no. Let me pause that. Can I be heard? Hello. Alright, it sounds like I'm coming through fine. Alright. Well, give me just a second. I'm going to let people know that I'm going live. But beyond that, we will get started. Ignore the fact that it says recording for Redacted. I will go over that later once people start getting in. Just thought I'd give it a fun name for the short being. Let's see here. Sorry, that's probably a terrible noise. Anyway. After I send that. Alright. So let's go ahead. Give me just 1 second to mute myself and check something. Alright, I'm back. Perfect. It's not going to be using any of these save files. Oh, I actually ruined my SL1 save file for some testing for this. But today we have a checklist of things to get done. And the first thing I have to do is choose a character that has 12 strength and 12 dex. At least. And we're going to want some arcane later. So let's look this up real quick. I think our best bet is honestly going to probably just be... Ooh, they only have 7 arcane? We also need 14 dex, so we need 12, 14 for our starting stats would be most optimal. This is 12, 15. Oh, huge. Yeah, we'll just go... Who would have guessed? Samurai is the best choice. We shall give my character a name. If you don't know when I name my character, it is always Yartrigs with a small twist on it. So I'm calling them boss trigs. Now, this was something that I couldn't decide on what I wanted my my gift to be. It's either the Land Betweens rune or the Fanged Empashes. And personally, I think the Lands Between rune. And then, of course, character design, we always go the Giga Chad starting, you know? You gotta go for that. Clearly, the first thing, it always starts out like this. Let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit about my to-do list. So, first of all, the reason I'm doing this. First of all, I want to start streaming again. I'd like to get some streams out there. See if I can get garner some viewers through that and stuff. But let's see. We are going to be... So far in the to-do list, most of the stuff takes place in Altus. So the first thing we have to do, sadly, is still collect the Dectus medallions, you know? That doesn't take too long. One thing to note, I know I have a bleed weapon. We will not be killing the dragon today. And for very good reason. And it's part of the reason why I'm recording. We will be completing Elden Ring, I wouldn't necessarily say very quickly. But it will be done. And it will be done, I'll go ahead and say, honestly, even though nobody's here. Basically, the whole point of this stream is going to be gaining bits and pieces so I can put together a new video. But we will be fighting as few bosses as possible. And I have a small bit of a route planned out. Uh, most of it is going to take place in Altus for gathering items. I'm going to grab that just so I'm never going to use it because I'm not going to be doing online stuff, but that wasn't the one that I thought shows up everywhere. That's the one up ahead. We don't need these. And with the 3,000 souls, we're going to grab just a few levels. We probably want to... The two stats that we want in this run, and there's only two, possibly three. We need a little bit of endurance, and then we need a lot of vigor and a lot of arcane. So why don't I go ahead and go over the route? Whoops. I'm not even in online mode, so... Anyway, the first thing to note, we will, the first thing we have to do is take care of two Lord's runes, two Great Rune bosses, right? Two Remembrances. Shard Bearers? There we go. And since we're trying to do this in the fewest number of bosses possible, you gotta think. That takes out most of them, right? The only ones that don't have a boss before them, you can't do Godric, because Godric has Margit right before him. You can't do Renala because it has the Red Wolf of Radagon. I might should grab the crafting kit just in case. Actually, I need it now, yeah. So, what other ones does that leave us with? You can't do Rykard. Rykard has Godskin Noble before him. There's only 6 Shard Bearers, right? Melania, but Melania has a little more than everybody else before her. And then you've got Radahn. And Mohg. So, the goal of this run will be to fight and beat Radahn and Mohg first, and keep the number of bosses as low as possible. AKA no bosses. And, as a side note, what really dictates a boss? That's a good question. It will be basically if it says like great enemy felled, or like whatever it says when you kill a boss, that will count as a boss, right? So a good example of this, because this is on every run anyway, if you're playing through to completion, Radagon and Elden Beast. The two of them together. It's 2 bosses, you might say, but it only says God slain at the end after you've killed both. So, that dictates, or that counts as 1 boss, and only 1 boss. Let's go ahead and... We may as well fight a little bit. If we get a brass shield, that would be really nice. Oh, I was going to say it's just that easy. Oh well. We're going to grab the whetstone. The wet knife, I should say. And then we will get Torrent and we'll start running, because... Oh, jeez. You know, I don't ever actually fight the people in Gatefront. So I'm probably just going to get beat up by them. Oh, jeez. I should be careful. Yeah, this really isn't worth my risk, right? I could just grab Torrent and then it'd be a lot easier to get to where I'm trying to go. Alright, so... Things to do on the list. We have to make it to Altus almost immediately, because the first boss we have to fight, we have 2 choices. Either we fight Radahn. You can't fight Mohg immediately. You have to fight 1 boss before him. So either we fight Radahn or we fight the Draconic Tree Sentinel. I think Draconic Tree Sentinel could be possible. Very possible. Dude, really? You're gonna follow me all the way to the Grace? Really, dude? He can guard counter? Do any other enemies in the game guard counter? I didn't know he could. Alright, well, that's tricky. Who knew? I'm apparently going to die to the first enemy, so let's fix that. Once we get Torrent, I'm trying to think about how I want to order all this, right? So the few things we have to do. We're using a normal weapon, not a somber weapon. The weapon we're choosing is the Raptor Talons, for a couple reasons. First of all, they have bleed. Bleed is essential, I think, for doing this. On top of that, you can get a plus 18 the same way that you can do a plus 6 weapon. And if it wasn't going to be this weapon, it was actually going to be Reduvia, right? Because Reduvia is really good at bleeding. But I beat the entire game with it doing this route once before, but I had to plan things out a little bit. Because I think this is going to be a more refined route. But Reduvia works, right? But it becomes a bit of an issue against Radagon, because then you're stuck with basically a pure bleed weapon. When instead, my new routing is going to be getting the Raptor Claws, the Raptor Talons, and we'll make them a cult. So while it will have arcane scaling, that isn't going to be... It's not going to be bleed inherently, so it'll have higher damage. Why are you there? I will not be addressing you. Choosing this starting class also means that I don't have to put any more into Dex or Strength. And honestly, the only reason I would want 12 Strength is because I wanted to try out a little bit of a farming thing. Seeing how handy it would be, which I think is not very... Dude, really? I've never gotten hit by that guy before there. If you're curious about the farming method, when it comes to large groups of enemies, there's a weapon called the Celebrant's Hammer. That thing gives you 20 souls every time you hit something with it, right? So I was going to make it be a poison weapon and give myself Poison Mist, which then gives me 20 souls every time it ticks damage on an enemy. Which is like, I think it can hit like 4 or 5 times at most, so it turns your one swing into like a maximum of 100 or 120, depending on what you want to count. And then you just find a large group of enemies, and all of a sudden you are just turboing souls, which does not actually add an extreme pace, but a rather high pace, right? Enough to where you could grab like 10 levels in like 5 to 10 minutes. And that's all you really need, because you want just a little bit of extra security for Radahn. But I think I'm not going to do that, and instead I'm going to be focusing on some other things. We're going to focus on some alternate strategies for Radahn. I thought about, there is a bell that you can get that just shoots little magic pellets. It does like 45 damage at base stats. And by base stats I mean like SL1 Wretch stats, right? But we're lower than that even. So I don't think that makes a big enough difference. I think it makes no difference, honestly. But that's okay. So we won't be going with that. Actually, since we don't need FP anymore, we can put that here. We'll just put it all into that, yeah. We'll allocate flasks here. It ended up being... I don't actually care about this. This is lore. It ended up being, when I did this last time, one of the bosses I was fighting, I think it was Moog, ended up losing one of the like 10 attempts it took me to beat him. Just because I didn't... We're going to want at least 10, because I think 10 is what starts the scaling at base for bleed. But basically, because I didn't put the health tier into the Wondrous Physic, Moog ended up killing me on his last little stretch of health. So we will be taking every precaution against that. The goal is kill Radahn, pop a pickle, a golden foul foot. Use those levels to hit 40 vigor, get one more golden foul foot somewhere, and then kill Moog. And then once Moog is dead, that's another 500, 600,000 runes, and that should set us up for the rest of the game. And honestly, if it wasn't for the first boss being Radahn, I think I would actually really enjoy this route, right? Because what you could do instead... I couldn't even grab that. What you could do instead is just be like, hey, Morgott, Margit, and Godric, let me fight you guys instead. Because they're worth, what is it, like 20,000 plus another... So 40,000, maybe 60,000 runes, something like that. I think that's very manageable. I think. Actually, I think we needed to talk to this guy with at least 600 runes. Let's see. I haven't actually completely tested the routing for getting all of my smithing stones. 3 is all you need to buy. Actually, not even, right? But you get 9 smithing stones in the storm or in the giant tunnel. You get 9 smithing stone ones. I was originally going to use Bloody Slash to get a weapon bleed, but I don't think that's necessary. And honestly, the weapons that I want to use don't work with Bloody Slash, right? So, one thing to note as well, or another thing to note, it's really important to visit and get all the sacred tiers, I think, honestly, as many as you can. That makes a very big difference in how easy these fights are going to be. Not so much for Radahn, because once you get like 2, you're probably at about full healing anyway, so that one won't really matter. But after I fight Radahn, I'm going to need some form of healing, because he's immediately going to push me up to 40 vigor, I think. That would be 27 levels, and it cost me like 1,000 to level up already. But he's worth 90,000. Yeah, that should be 30 levels. Tactics Battalion left. Easy one. Yep, yep. And then we'll just go right back here. Dragon Barrow. And then after that... yeah, we'll do it this way. We'll go to Altus pretty quickly. You have to go to Altus first anyway, for your first boss no matter what this way, because either Radahn or Draconic, right? Draconic is just located in Altus, and you can't actually fight Radahn until Altus has been approached once. And let's see. We can get our Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone from here if we need, but I don't think I want to get it from him. He's honestly... first of all, he'd kill us already right now, but... still. There's a couple other reasons to use the Raptor Talons. First of all, it's probably the best set of claw weapons in the game. I recently uploaded one of my Melania videos where I fought her. That weapon shredded everything I went against, which is probably a good sign. I won't be nearly as strong in my first playthrough as I would be in New Game Plus 7, but the enemies are like 50% stronger by that point. Plus the like exponential scaling on damage. And then on top of it being just a really good scaling set of claws, it just has higher damage on jump attacks than other claws do if you didn't know. For some reason, I guess it makes sense because they're supposed to be like the Raven Mount assassins, right? By the way, it has been nighttime this whole time, and that is not good. But the Raven Mount assassins want to be death birds, yada yada. They focus on jump attacks. And, I mean, it helps. It's like 10% extra damage on jump attacks just for using that weapon. Just because it has higher motion values. And then we could get the Claw Talisman. I don't think we're going to. Because it would come after we killed Morgott. So we would have to take a detour back to Stormvale after that point. Which is a possibility, but I don't really want to do that. And I don't think there's really anything else in there for us because we're not going quality or keen or anything. So we don't need that wet blade. So after we do this, we will be going through Caelid first. We have like 2 or 3 things to grab from Caelid, I think. Let me double check my list. We have 1 thing to grab from Caelid. Which I guess I could get on the way to Radon now that I think about it, yeah. So never mind. We'll just go to Altus. Please don't poison me. Okay. I haven't routed with the Raptor Talons in mind before, so I might possibly die? I don't know. We're gonna grab the Scar Seal here. We don't really want to use it. That's why I gave myself enough strength and dex. But you can also sell it for 3,000 runes, so I guess it'll be worthwhile. Uh, at some point, we'll have to scale the Divine Tower of Caelid, or at least I would prefer to. Real quick, let's just grab this as well. I always forget about that Lord's Rune, or Golden Rune 12. I'll tell you, it is dark in this game. No, we will grab this, and then we're going to quit out, just so we don't die. Alright, so let's head to Altus. And then after we do Altus, we will go to the Weeping Peninsula. Weeping Peninsula has... oh, I forgot to go back to the round table. Fine, we'll do that real quick. But Weeping Peninsula has 3 more Sacred Tears. And that's almost it, but we need a few souls as well. Because it also gets us 9 of our +2 things. Smithing stones, that's what they're called. How many ones do we have? We have 5. Yeah. We'll get 9 of them there from merchants. I think the plan is probably going to be... It's just basically going to be bleed Radon, right? That's how we kill him. We're probably good enough to just use a +0 then. It's what I did with Reduvia, but Reduvia... It also took like 10 to 15 minutes of me just riding around summoning things and not dying to him, right? Which I would kind of like to avoid, but I'm also really, really bad at his fight. A couple things other to note. When I first did a trial run of this, I thought, hey, this is going to be a short run overall. Why don't we get the Warrior Jar Shard? So we don't have to do backtracking to get the Alexander Jar Shard. That's a terrible idea. Because then you lose Alexander for the Radon fight. Isn't the main issue. Ooh, these wolves are jank. We need 2 Stone Sword keys for this run. They will both be used in Altus as well. And it'll be our talisman slot that we use will go to one of those, which is something I also didn't route for the first time until after I beat Radon. So basically the first time I went through this, I did Radon without doing any prep. I just grabbed Reduvia and then went to Altus and came back to kill Radon. This time I'm going to try to get most of my gear... Where am I going? I'm just wandering. I'm going to try to get most of my gear before I fight Radon. Because he's our least prepped fight, right? Something else that's really good, we start with arrows, so if we need to, as soon as we kill Radon, we also gain access, well, after we do a couple other fights, we gain access to Moog's farming spot, which is some souls. It'll be good. I don't think we'll have to farm much there this time. We'll see. And then let's think of the other things for gear. So my endgame armor set is just going to be Draconic Tree Sentinel armor, because he is just on the way anyway. Good job, me. Holy cow. That one's a good choice. And it's actually pretty defensive, honestly. We have to do Yura's questline, and also, I think I want to try getting the White Mask. But I hear that's a real pain. Like, really painful. So I might not do that one. I'm going to show a little trick about invaders coming up soon. We're going to go ahead and set up Vike's location, because we have to go back there anyway. Do we have 2 of those now? No, just 1. That'll put us at a +3. We could get to a +6. Maybe +8, I guess, already. Most of the sacred tiers are gotten before you hit the mountaintops of the giants. There are 2 up there, so yeah, I guess we could get to a +8. Maybe 9? I don't know. But if you don't know the route to get through Liurnia easily, it's really simple. We won't be fighting Smaragd, but we obviously have to go see him. I'm going to grab this grace just in case we're going to use these runes. And because I have to get the Raptor Talons and I don't know where it is exactly, I'm going to be buying a hand lantern from this guy. Don't ask me how I got my hands on them. Also, he sells smithing stones. That actually answers the where do I get the rest of my smithing stones from, I think. Right? Maybe? So I can have a +5 before we're done then. Because we're at 10. Well, we might swing by that tunnel and pick up 2 more. I just want the map. It's such a bad idea going for that map. It's so weird. It's so abnormal for them to put enemies so close to a map. I think it's the only case of it in the game. And they're not even just close, they're like right on top of it to the point where your horse doesn't want you to grab it either when you ride by it. I don't think that cookbook matters. You might be able to use that to... Oh yeah, we need to set our hand lantern. I'm not even going to grab the bell, by the way. I don't think it's worthwhile. There's an item here. Is it good? Smithing stone 3. That doesn't really matter much. It'll save us a little bit of money, but we will be buying all of our 3 and 4 smithing stones. Oh wait, so we could totally have a +12 for Rudan. Yeah. We'll see how much a +12 does, damage-wise, on Rudan. So you grab this grace, and then there's just a little jump you can do over this cliffside, this bridge, to a rock. It's a pretty simple jump, assuming your horse pivots properly. Just onto this rock. Ooh, see? It's not too difficult. If you jump too early, you will fall short, and it's actually really close to the death floor as well, I think. Something like that, whatever you want to call it. Basically, to the point where you'll die from fall damage. You just have to be a little bit cautious. Oh, that's perfect. Some of these things I didn't account for, honestly. My biggest issue was going to be getting the 1s and 2s, because after you get your 1 and 2 smithing stones, all of the other ones, if you really want to, you can just buy them as you go. Especially with a weapon that's strong, because the only thing that doesn't bleed before Mountaintops of the Giants is the Godfrey Shade, and he happens to be very... I would say very easy, honestly. Smaragd knows I'm here, that's sad. If you approach that better, Smaragd doesn't actually... His boss bar will show, but it doesn't actually necessarily start combat. My original plan was going to be using the 4 Belfries, by the way, to get the Bloodstain part for Vare. I later found out that that just doesn't work. Dude, please lose aggro? You're like 1,000 feet from me, thank you. What I didn't realize is where you get the Bloodstain from there is after you kill the Grafted Scion, and again, that's killing a boss. So, can't really do that one. One thing I will say about this, when I first did the run-through for this, the runtime was practically the same as just, like, doing a normal playthrough. So you weren't really saving much. I'm going to go ahead didn't do this. If anybody's watching, I do have a small question. Yara's quest line exists, and Eleonora does not show up if he's alive and you're not doing his quest line. Does she show up if Yara is dead? Is really my question. Because if she does, then I would rather kill him over having to do his whole quest line. But we do have to fight Eleonora no matter what. Okay. The talisman we're going to grab is from a hero's grave. Sainted hero's grave, I do believe. It's in a really unfortunate spot because there are just no graces nearby it. Another thing to note about it, there is also a black knife assassin outside of it, and they have a boss health bar, which means I can't even fight them. I have to just open the door and hope they don't kill me, which they really shouldn't kill me, honestly. I have one stone sword key. I'll probably just come back later for a second one. You can use 2 stone sword keys there. Yeah, we're already at a +3 with 7 flasks. One of them gets you the Verdant, I think it's the Verdant Crimson Medallion, something like that. The one that increases your healing on your flask. That one's not super important to us. What we're going there for is the +1 Crest Shield Talisman that increases our defense by 14%, I think it is. So we'd be at probably about 30% damage negation, which is a very big deal. Last time I did Radon, I started Wretch, and I didn't even have Knight Armor, I think, when I did Radon. I think I had to go in naked, and that fight was rough. And I think a little bit more armor goes a long way for that. I mean, 30%, it basically means that you have way more health. Like, well, 30% more health, right? Or I guess 1 divided by 0.7, which is a little bit more than 30%, I guess. But all right. I'm trying to make a habit out of actually grabbing more graces for this routing, too, because there's a lot of traveling to go around. And the first time I did this, I didn't really grab graces, and I just kept having to travel back and backtrack way more than I wanted to. So we're actually going to grab this one. All the way over here on this rock. I knew where it was, totally. We can't kill Gilka as much as I would love to. We don't have to go to Volcano Manor anymore. That's a plus. Let's see. What do we want to do first here? I'm going to go do the Sainted Hero's Grave first. I could kill Margit on the way over. His body double. That one is not a boss, I would say. Again, it doesn't have the boss defeated script after you kill him, so. But he gives you a talisman. Talisman just doesn't really matter that much, though, I don't think. You ever notice that if you just, like, ride straight forward, you don't get hit by, like, anything here? Kind of have to go around that guy, I guess, but... Like, the enemies are really bad at hitting you here, even the 2 great bow people. See? We have to go to Sealed Tunnel. That is where we get the smithing stone for 3s and 4s, the bell bearing for 3 and 4 smithing stones. On top of that, though, if you go a little bit further in, you have to ride to one side here because of how they approach you. Yeah. If you go a little bit further in, though, you actually get a second gold pickled foulfoot. And I think with just 2, that's all we really need, because one of the bosses is Moog. So did he just try to deflect? Nothing? Weird. So we're actually going to grab this Grace. By the way, the goal of this is to see if we can do it in under 10 bosses, right? And so far I have 3. Hello, kitty cat. The routing part that I'm really unsure of is using Raptor's Claws, but I think they're gonna be really good. My only issue is I actually have no clue where they are. I know the cave they're in, right? Can't remember which section of the cave they're in. Like, it's full of hidden walls and stuff, so I gotta find it in a chest somewhere. Only downside of having to go here is we can't fight the boss, so we have to run in and then backtrack our way out, which kind of stinks. One of the things we're going to be trying to doing, or we're going to be trying, and these guys in here made me think of it, is we're going to be trying to poison Radon and seeing how that works. Yeah, that's why I thought about it, because of those guys up there. 300 souls, not very worthwhile, I would say. Actually, I think we don't have to go to the cave at all, by the way, if we go to Weeping Peninsula. The cave in Limgrave that gives us smithing stone ones. Because I'm pretty sure there's a merchant that sells smithing stone 2s and 1s in Weeping Peninsula. Oh, Golden Rune 5, that's good. So this is what we're here for. Oh, I was really hoping to not die there, and then I whiffed. And died instantly for it. Oh, jeez. That's 4,300 runes I'd really rather not go back for, because getting back from that point is the worst part. Oh well. We have runes to sell and stuff, so I think we'll just leave it, right? We don't really. I gotta go back for him. That's sad. Because now we have to deal with the abductor virgin as well. Virgin abductor, whatever it's called. That's unfortunate. I don't think we need cracked crystals. I don't even think I have the cookbook for those, honestly. Oh, and we have to call the elevator back. I didn't even think about that one. I have no idea how to dodge these guys. Get out of here. They're so tiny. They also have like the most brutal backstabs. I haven't actually tried it with like a great hammer, but I'm sure it would be just as brutal. Alright. Maybe because I died so quickly, my souls will be on the top branch here. Never lucky, huh? Oh, I mean, that's handy. Ooh. A rune arc there saves us from having to buy one, because assuming we're good at the game, we only need one. Granted, I don't think I'm that good, so we'll see. Now we can just leave. Overall, though, 1 death so far. Granted, we haven't fought anything yet, really, so it might not sound that good, huh? This thing is just stronger, huh? So I was tossing around different ideas when planning for a route. I was trying to find a weapon that wasn't Reduvia. As much as I like that weapon, it felt rough for Radagon. I thought about trying the Claymore or any other weapon, but the reason I went with the Raptor Talons is because it fits both issues, right? I need something that bleeds bosses, and I need something that can handle Radagon at the end. And it really does do both. Okay, we're out. We can't go there yet. We gotta go back here. Sainted Hero's grave is pretty short. We just have to get on top of a guillotine and use a single stone sword key. There's a church up there, but I don't remember if it has anything in it. And then, yeah, so we have to stop and get an Ash of War in Caelid. And the one that we're getting is Lifesteal Fist. It sucks, I know. Like, it's bad. But it also gives us Occult. And as far as I'm aware, that's like the most easily accessible Occult Ash of War we could get. I think. Unless somebody knows one better. So I'm going to stick with that. And by the way, the whole point of this is, I know I mentioned it, but I'm going to be turning this into a video later, so I'm going to try my hand at like long form editing videos. Long form being like, it's going to be another 30-minute video, kind of like how I do Melania Arsenal, right? But it'll actually be planned out and scripted. And we'll be like covering the entire run in that amount of time. Which honestly, it's a little daunting, having never done something like that before, but it sounds really fun at the same time, and I get to hone some skills, right? I don't know about you guys, but honestly, that's something I really enjoy. Is just learning new skills and trying things. It's like my favorite hobby is picking up hobbies. And this one includes video editing and Photoshop. So, I have a thumbnail. It's going to be pretty sweet. I think it's alright. It's not the prettiest, but it's turned out alright, I think. I know this isn't where I need to be, but there's something over here I thought I remembered that I grabbed on my last time through, and I liked it. This? Oh. That would be why I was running a somber weapon. Okay. So the Reduvia route still should come over here, because getting a 5 otherwise would require going all the way up Mount Gelmir. Oh, there's also this. Sounds like somebody's chasing me. But these always have runes near them. Oh, and apparently Miranda flowers this time. Anything of value rune-wise? Possibly? Oh, it's the weird... It's so weird, these Miranda flowers that just pop out of the ground like this. They kind of confuse me. They usually have, Scarlet Rot tied to them instead. Not really sure if they're actually the same creature or if it's just like a whole different entity. I think it might be a different entity altogether. You know, you can actually get zapped by this lightning. I didn't think you could for the longest time. And it's kind of difficult to do, unless you're in Liurnia, when you're on the water. That one gets you pretty easily. Does pretty minor damage. I don't know if you can actually sneak around this Black Knife Assassin. No. Wait. No, I'm gonna say not. So just run instead. Use your iframes. And just get in there. Goodbye. I don't know if they can actually... Oh, they can! Okay, well this was a mistake now. Okay, now I'm curious if I could knock him down the elevator shaft. No, I can't, because if it kills him, then I fail the whole point of the run. At this point, you just quit out. Quitting out is always your friend. I must say. It's so handy. Okay. Much better. We have one stone sword key. What can we craft? We can craft freezing. Really? Okay, hold on. That might actually be really good. Once we hit Altus, right? Not Altus. Once we hit Mountaintop of the Giants. Because I think I can put that on an occult weapon. If I can put it on an occult weapon, then I can run bleed and freeze at the same time. And that helps answer Radagon a little better, because my whole issue with Radagon is he doesn't bleed. And Reduvia can't take any sort of resin, obviously. So that's not the Stone Sword key we want to use. That's just the wrong one. Through trial and error, I learned. You can get that bell, by the way, from Lyscar Ruins. Oh boy. Let's see if I can remember where the guillotine room is. Whoa. Maybe it's just going straight, actually? I don't remember. This feels wrong, right? Because I'm pretty sure this just leads us back to the, Yeah, this is wrong. Do you know that you can actually get a repost on these guys? Oh, no. We will be quitting out for a second here. This is very bad now. Let's see how many enemies there are. Oh, it doesn't even put me there. That's nice, because it's the wrong kind of grounding. Okay. That's interesting. It didn't put me there because that is variable grounds. Variable grounds are really finicky for this game sometimes. It really doesn't appreciate it when you're on it, when you're save quitting. It'll instead put you on the last thing you were standing on before that point, and for me that was above. So that was actually a huge brain play, and totally on purpose. Oh boy, okay. Just be careful. No reason to die, you know? When I can just play it safer. Yeah. I was thinking the Uchi Katana could also just be a good option, but I don't know where to get an occult infusion, I guess I should say, for swords, honestly. It's not like any illusory walls, right? Oh, I'm so lost, I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. It's somewhere around here, though. I think this is back to the start, isn't it? No. No, it's not. This is the part that teaches you what to do. We're safe from the other one, so... At least for a second. Yeah. I really hate these guys, honestly. They have the same moveset as Thralls from DS3. If you guys don't know Thralls, you're lucky. They're basically the exact same thing, though. And when I say exact, like, besides the fact that they look different, I think they have the same exact moveset, besides the fact that they throw magic pots instead of fire pots. Okay, so now we're back at the start. Well, I got lost. My bad, guys. Is it back here? Oh, okay, it's not back there, guys. Definitely not back there. Why would you put a Revenant here, and who would ever fight that Revenant? I guess it is through the doorway. You can still hear their bells to this day. Anyway. They're just ringing bells over there. There we go, now they forgot about me. I must be going crazy, right? Like, okay, how many imps are down there? 4 imps? Dude, chill. Well, that didn't work. Oh, one of them has a great sword. Oh, no. Just attack him, I guess, and then run. Oh, stop. Alright. This was a lot easier. Oh, there they are. Yep. This was a lot easier the last time I did this because I did this after Radon. Please come down. Oh, thank you. And now we're to the pretty safe point, honestly. Yeah, it's just these things. Like, oh boy. Ow. Yeah, it didn't do much. What the? Oh, I'm dead. I should have been a little more careful with that. I really don't want to lose 6,000 souls, too. I didn't think he'd kill me when he grabbed me. You get no vigor at the start of the game, and I should have known better. I have more souls now, don't I? I might just leave those behind. But, yep, we're up to 29, 33, 29, 28. Okay. That's workable. We are getting more defense, at least. I think the Knight's Head might be a little stronger. Which I probably would have used the 6,000 on to like, get the Knight Armor. Oh good, they're still walking away. We're not going to fast travel away immediately. Instead, we're going to come down. There's a church over there, and I don't know if it actually has... Oh, wait, this is a different set of runes. Oh. Oh, then, like, we're totally fine on runes, then. Excuse me? You're chasing me? Why are you attacking me? I didn't think the goats attacked unprovoked. I guess they do. Alright. Oh, is that a sacred deer? I spy? It is. There's like a guy back here or something, right? Yeah, it's like a couple guys. Oh yeah, this doesn't matter. This is like a lightning fortification. Okay. I don't need it. And I'm good to go. I just have to get out of aggro range. Oh, you can actually get down from over here. Interesting. We still have a little bit more to do in Altus Plateau. We need to get the Raptor Talons. Let me double check anything else. And then we can go to... Okay. I think I'm going to stick with a plus 12. I forgot to get the 5 Smithing Stone 5s from Altus Tunnel. Not Altus Sealed Tunnel. Also Altus Tunnel, but not what I originally meant. We will be using this grace up here just for a second. We're going to want to go to Shaded Castle. Holy cow. I could have gotten shot there. Shaded Castle has the last key to the puzzle, minus the, well, the Raptor Talons, and then the Shaded Castle has the last key after that, which is going to be a perfumer bottle. I want to try poison against Radon, but now that I think about it, I don't have... Do I have Altus Bloom? I have Altus. Do I have Miranda Bloom? Not yet. Okay. I'll figure something out for that. I might not do that. We'll see. 1, 2... Okay, so we're at 9 flasks that are at plus 4. I mean, that's pretty tanky. That's a lot. We have to come back, yeah, down this way. Here we go. Well, I guess we get to see Lanciacs. Possibly. I don't actually know if they spawn coming from the wrong direction. I think they do, because I'm pretty sure it's just like crossing a threshold, right? Yeah. Hello, Lanciacs. It's a very good introduction to Altus Tunnel, honestly. It's really cool. Or Altus Plateau, but we will not be fighting them, for they are a boss. These guys inflict madness, by the way. Isn't that crazy? Oh, also that. Maybe I should be careful and not die. I think these ones inflict madness, right? I might be thinking of some different ones, honestly. But anyway, there is a tunnel back here. And this has the raptor talons in it. I'm like 90% sure it's this one. Yeah, Sage's Cave. Yeah, because this one has 2 bosses in it, I think. And this is why I bought the lantern. Crystal Cave Moss. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of setting you up for the whole idea of this tunnel. Illusory walls. Which is, now that I think about it, they do that twice, huh? Did I find it? Please tell me this one's actually it. Sad. I didn't think it was, but I was hopeful. I mean, there's items down here. We may as well. I'm not afraid, right? Hold on. Don't I remember there being like... No? Okay, I'm crazy. Hello. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm not that strong. Okay. I thought it was like these 2 chests. Oh, don't kill me! Okay. Let me out. Oh, my goodness gracious. It's a little close. I'm just gonna quit out real quick. Reset the enemy positions again. It also shuts off your torch. Who knew? There we go. Okay. There you go. All right. We have our weapon. Golden great arrows. And honestly, we have 102 runes. Is there anything over here? There's a gap. We may as well just explore for a second and see what we find. Ah, boss. No, thank you. Oh, perfect. Because doesn't one of these have the raptor's garb? Yes, we will be wearing that. I think this is also theirs, but it's just worse and doesn't increase my jump attack damage. And there's the other boss. Okay. Okay, so we should be set up now. We make our way to Caelid. Well, we make our way to Weeping Peninsula first. Okay. There's nothing behind this, right? No. Weeping Peninsula first. Oh, there's a chest here. Item? Stone sword key. So I should have come here first if I was actually really routing this. Wait, no, I could just die. And let's just see if we can make our way back. Why waste? I don't like dying just to die. There's the wall I was thinking of. Oh! Oh my goodness gracious. This loot had better be good, huh? Alright, I opened the chest, but we'll never know what's in it, guys. That's okay. I think I'm actually gonna forego the poison against Radon. And we'll end up regretting it, but that's okay. Alright, let's get out of here. We have Weeping Peninsula, and then we can get on our way to Radon. So we are already 52 minutes in. 3 deaths. 0 bosses. Not bad. Personally, I just like going from first step to get to Weeping Peninsula. The other golden... Oh, that's right, I got a golden foul foot. Yeah. I put them there just to remember. So, in my first routing for this, I actually routed to go for patches. But I'm going to avoid him because I honestly can't remember if it says, like, boss surrendered or boss defeated when you let him surrender to you. So I don't really want to fight him because of that. Because, okay, even if he surrenders, because it's ending the boss fight, I would count that as beating bosses, even though it's not killing, I guess. We're at 11 smithing stones, by the way. There is one on the impassable bridge, or whatever this one is called. I know the impassable bridge is the one in Kaled, but I can't quite remember what this one's called either. I take this route because it takes us straight to a Grace. And the large club, which is always nice if you like a strength playthrough. Whee. I always wonder if I can land up on that instead, but I just don't think you can get that kind of distance. Whoa, alright. We're just gonna grab this smithing stone, just in case. That's a stone sword key, yeah, this smithing stone right here. It's 3 of them, okay. So we have all the ones that we need, we just need 6 more 2s, and I think we can get them from merchants alone. And then we will grab the sacred tears and be on our way. We'll be at a +7 already. If we went to Eleanor, it'd be +8, but already +7 at 9 flasks. Oh, okay, we only need 5. +7 and 9 flasks is like just enough for the game. I don't need that. Why am I going for it? There's a guy who sells you Zweihander over on the beachfront, and he also sells... Okay, this person sells 1. Are we gonna have enough? He also sells a really cheap smithing stone, huh? I'll check this stuff. See if it's stronger. Nope. Alright. Oops. No, I did grab that. Yeah. I'm going crazy. Yeah, we'll grab the map. Why not, right? Honestly, that's why not, because this horse doesn't take corners very well. Please don't shoot me. Okay. Oops. There's also a smithing stone. If this guy only sells 3, and I don't know where to find the rest of them, then I could also... Is it down here on this side of the beach, or is it the other beach? I would say it's not over here. I might be thinking of somewhere else entirely, honestly. We'll see. We're just gonna kill this golem so that he stops shooting at us. Jeez, he is not staggering, huh? Whoops. I'm assuming that that's just because this thing isn't upgraded, not for the stagger, but just for the damage, because I know that was a rather lackluster Giant's Bow. I don't think you can actually get the Golem's Bow from that one. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong beachfront. Huh. Good to know there's a smithing stone too over here. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking of a different location. There's more beachfronts here is also part of it, because, like, he could be down here, honestly. Is what I would probably bet. Oh well. Yeah, I think he's somewhere around here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get these sacred tears. I know this is a lot of prep, and that's, I think, probably the biggest issue with this playthrough, right? Like, if you're gonna do it this way, it might end up being faster, but it also just kind of stinks, right? Having to do no bosses. Fighting bosses is fun. It's like one of the big reasons to play the game, right? Yeah, I know. Rats, it's okay. You know, there's actually a grace up here, which I find crazy. There's also an air vent over here somewhere. There it is. Ooh, that looked higher than I thought. Or that looked lower than I thought. Please work. Sometimes that just doesn't work. Why was I gonna fight you? I'm thinking Radon should be manageable. I really hate having low health for Radon, right? Low vigor. But I think it should be possible. And then Mogwin, he'll be fine. Moog's a bit of a DPS test at times, but overall, I don't think you typically have to worry much about him. I'm actually not going to grab these braces, because we're never coming back here, honestly. Ooh, blood grease. Can I put that on my weapon? Yes, okay. Blood grease adds 37 blood buildup. Something like that. That would put me at 90. I might use that for Moog, if it lets me. There's a Stake of America here. Okay. This, if you fought this boss, not that it really matters, because I'm pretty sure if you're watching me, you probably know, but like, that boss right there takes a Stone Sword key and it gets you Radagon's Sword Seal. That's like way harder to get than Radagon's Scar Seal. I get the idea that one of them's locked behind a later game area. It's just happens to not be locked behind a boss in a later game area. And no bosses in between the beginning and reaching it. So it's like, it ends up being way easier to get, which is just kind of funny. But also, oh yeah, there's his shack down there. Okay, I saw it. It's just kind of funny. And like, the actual warrior of Zamor ends up being really rough to fight, I find at least. At least this early in the game. Frostbite, He already hits decently hard. What is my defense now, by the way? Wait, is my defense... Oh, it's... Huh. Anyway, yeah, this guy. I think he sells 2s. He does. Perfect. We don't need a twiggy cracked, or sacrificial twig. I almost called it the twiggy cracked tier. Mausoleum. I also thought about Zweihander for this run, but I think Zweihander is truly a terrible option. Actually, yeah, we're gonna sell some items that don't matter. We don't ever need to fight dragons in this, so we won't. Most items can just be sold. We already got a gravel stone? Jeez. Alright. That got us like 7,000 more runes. That's huge. Alright, let's go ahead and head back to... That's probably the bell, if I had to bet. Oops, come on. Lay out your arms, then. Yeah, we're missing one more. There's no reason to do that anyway. Our damage is 130 right now, but we haven't leveled up much of anything. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Whoops, what the? How many levels? Okay, so we could go 20 and 12 and probably be fine. And then where was, let's see. I know you can get one more in Limgrave, right? Oh yeah, in the Mistwoods. There's a chest somewhere in there that has, it actually tells you Blight is there already? Okay. In the Mistwoods, there's a chest that has one more level 2. I traveled to Fort Height, not the other one. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then we'll make our way down to Radon. Let's test. Yeah, okay. It's better. There's also the Axe Talisman here. I don't particularly feel safe. Or I don't particularly like it because you're way better off just doing R1s with this weapon, honestly. We're at 130, and this will bring us up probably a decent amount. Oh, I forgot. I leveled up. I needed to not level up yet, actually. Sad. That's okay. We'll just sell the rest of these, honestly. We'll be fine without crafting. Also, we can sell these, and these, and the ones. We really shouldn't need any other gear. We're going to hold on to the arrows in case we want to farm later. None of this armor's better. Oh, and there we go, 3,000. Okay. I don't know if that's enough, but we need 12 of each, and having a +4 will bring us up. Wow, we gained 6 damage from leveling up this weapon. I know I went from one-handing... Well, no, two-handing doesn't make a difference with this. Offer bell bearing? Oh, you will be short. We'll go with We'll go with a +9 then. And just be happy with that. And then we'll get a +12 once we beat Radon. Back already. Layout jobs then. Maybe we could buy 2, but I don't care. So we're at 155. That sounds incredibly low, doesn't it? But again, we're about the bleed. We're not really about the damage. For when I need to sell stuff later. Oh, you really can't jump over this dragon's tail, huh? I mean, like, from random items I'd picked up, I had already gathered, like, 20,000 worth of runes. 15,000 worth of runes or so. Which is part of why, I guess I've never mentioned it because I don't stream much, but, like, as much as I hate gathering in these sorts of games where it's, like, just items on the ground like this, it is 100% worth doing in the early game. And by early game, basically until you beat Margit, I would say. So, like, super early game, but it's added up to enough that we could afford things that we otherwise wouldn't have. That's really about it. I mean, it's not that big a difference, but... Hey, by the way, we are super nerfed by that dragon. 131. It's like a 15% damage buff or something. Damage debuff, I should say. Yeah, we'll rest to fix that. Did it give us the Kaled color scheme after we rested? Huh. We do have to watch out for these dogs because we're having to take this route. There's a Grace. Oh, there's also these. I should have known about this. These runes here. Is that it? It's pretty low, I think. $2,000, yeah, meh. It's approaching better, but not enough. And then the thing about Radon is, and why he's one of the biggest walls of this, just because as soon as you kill Radon, he's worth 91,000 or 90,000, something like that, when you use a pickle. So that's already massive, but on top of that, you also get his Remembrance, and his Remembrance is the highest valued, I believe, at 40,000. So he's actually worth 130,000 runes, which is a little more than killing Grail, now that I think about it. And then, wow, okay, so maybe this is a pretty limiting run. Basically, kill Grail and then kill Moog in terms of runes, okay. And then we need this specifically. Because it gives us Lifesteal Fist, which I think can go on claws. I really hope so. Because now that I think about it, I didn't test this. I just assumed it could, because it goes on my hand. You actually can't do Ashes of 4 here? I thought I grabbed the, No, I didn't actually grab the blade, did I? Oh, that's lame. My bad. I went to grab it, almost died, grabbed my horse, and then forgot to. Okay. At least load screens are fast, but still. Please, dude. It can. Yeah. Oh, we take a big hit to bleed. Okay, so for now, it's not worth it, but once we kill Radon, it will be. Is going to be my bet. Yeah, okay. We're just going to follow the road for this as well. Just easier. No reason to get fancy with it. Having Alexander here, because when I did this last time I didn't have Alexander, I think that's actually going to make quite a big difference. I also, not only did I not have Alexander, but I also specifically had Patches as a sign that showed up, so it's like, both of those are bad. First of all, Patches just leaves. Secondly, I think Alexander does really good stance damage to the boss. And having that one more person to actually keep stance damage up, I think matters. By the way, Exeek's here. I don't think I've ever actually killed him. I'm really bad at that fight. Or at least he plays us some music. But yeah, when I last went into Radon, the first in my practice run, I didn't have 9 flasks. I also used Reduvia, though, which might make it easier. Who knows? We'll see. Reduvia has lower bleed ever so slightly. Please don't run into one of these. But you also have a way better weapon art that does massive amounts of bleed. And then the teleporter should be open here. Mushrooms. Oh. Yeah, okay. I was also using different armor. I had a completely different setup for this last time, honestly. And we'll kind of see which one's better. I have a feeling, if anything, that this will be better against Moog at the very least. I don't know. I'm gonna be surprised. Overall, I'm gonna bet that Reduvia is better for every boss up to Radagon. But to cut out the fad of having to pick up 2 smithing stone types, I'm just gonna try the claws, because I think it's a good compromise once you get scaling stats in. Champions, welcome. Other thing to note is I'm just really bad at the Radon fight compared to most other fights, honestly. But I want to say I prefer it over doing Draconic Tree Sentinel, if only for the fact that you can just summon your way out of it, right? If Poison Mist existed still, in the way that it did before, where, like, it doesn't do damage and it doesn't alert people to you, I could probably try that. Alright. And, like, you know, kill the Draconic Tree Sentinel that way, but I don't think that's an option anymore. That always feels cool. Using these to... Aha. Oh, can I not summon a 4th? Alright, guys. Go get him. Oh, he's actively targeting me, huh? Okay. Hey, that's okay. This is probably Blight, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. I just don't know how to approach this guy. Realistically. I have no clue. I've never been good at fighting him. And there goes one of my guys. Yeah, he hits hard. So we get to take 9 minor hits, if anything. Sadly, Okina was the first to die. I can't see. No, no. Jeez. I really hate his movement, though. I don't enjoy it, the way he slides around and stuff. Also, apparently, he is really good at hitting me. And this is why I think Reduvia is going to outclass it. At least for me. Because I don't know the Radon fight well enough. And I just get hit by, like, everything. I think you're supposed to fight him on horseback, but that doesn't feel any better to me. If anything, it ends up feeling worse. Oh, alright, well, we got the stance break. Which means we might be able to get a bleed here. Yeah. Alright, and then we're gonna run. I wasn't actually expecting, like, have to run there. Oh, come on, summon signs. Right, he's gonna take off. We're going to grab Lionel. Okay. And then just please don't crash into me, dude. Oh, I actually have no idea how big the hitbox on that is, honestly. And then this is the part that I really dislike, because he summons meteors, and I don't really know what to do against meteors, honestly. Is this Okina? Oh! I'll try. Now, bleed him, Okina. Oh, good, that didn't hit me. One thing that it took me forever to understand about this fight is while he does have meteors, he takes forever to actually shoot them. Is he going after me? No, okay. I'm out. Goodbye. Sorry, horse. I don't feel safe. Okina died, we didn't get the bleed. I need to start running if the game will let me grab that summon sign, because, yeah, I didn't want aggro for this attack. Oh, it's just me alive now, huh? Okay. And then I just feel stupid for this part, right? Because, like, yeah, he's gonna chase me, but there's just, like, no summon signs. And I'm not really in all too much danger. They're all at the top of the hill. He has his charge attack. He also has this, which I actually don't know how to dodge. Alright, apparently that's how. Here we are. Please don't give me Theralina. Thank you for giving me Theralina. Oh, here all of them are. Sheesh, dude. And, like, so here's the thing. I can just hang back at this point, yeah? And just let them handle it. Theralina won't do anything, so I should probably get into combat just for that alone. But maybe after the meteors launch. Did Tragoth just die? No. Well, actually, maybe he did, or maybe I didn't even have him. Okay. And then it just comes right back to me. What did I do? Oh, I didn't have Tragoth yet actually summoned. There we go. And with Alexander around, like, Alexander and Blide are just two tanks. So if you have them, you actually have a pretty good chance of just powering through a lot of things. Why am I one-handing? That was weird. Yeah, you can actually do this multiple times if you're slow enough, by the way. Where from? Okay. Honestly, that attack looks ridiculous to me. Alright, he's setting up meteors. Maybe we can just get a bleed. Yeah, alright! And then use pickle. Before his runes pay out. Yeah, 91,000 plus this. Alright, and now we are set up for, like, the rest of the game. So there we go. A red mark was added to the map. Sweet. That actually went like 10 times better than Reduvia did, but I also played it a little better, even if it was super passive on my part. Dang, we get ag. That's rough, dude. Because like that means we don't even get scaling for our bleed yet, dude. I'm gonna go buy the wet blade just so I can actually do it from Graces instead. It is for sale, right? No? Huh. I thought for sure it would be. Oh well. So we have 40 endurance or 40 vigor, and then we can actually activate a rune arc to give ourselves pretty much like 50 or so vigor, effectively. So like this is still way worse, right? We lose 17 damage, gain 14. We are just only a couple levels away from it being better, actually. And I spent all my runes again, dude. Speaking of which, did I sell my bow? I sold my bow, didn't I? Dude, I am on top of things today, I'll tell you. Alright, so we have a little bit more uh, exploring to do now. We need to buy a bow. Sheesh. Just a little bit. We have to go all the way back up to... I didn't grab that. That's okay. I think going from the Grand Lift is actually a little better. And, if you haven't noted, we have killed one boss. Congrats! Killed the first boss of our run. Huge. We are now like 10% of the way done. Oh, okay, we have one big advantage right now. So, well, we're gonna go check to see if a +4 is viable for Moog, or if we're gonna want a +6. Oh, there were smithing stone 2s over here, dude. That's crazy. Hey, real quick, by the way. Oh, I haven't gotten this map yet. Sad. No, okay, this is correct. I'm probably gonna get Madness here. Doesn't really matter. Be aerial when it happens, at least. Be cool. Just kind of curious what it looked like. It does do significant damage, but that's okay. I guess weapon attacks really fast. What is this item? I should have known. So Vike exists here, up at this church. But you don't have to fight him if you didn't know. So if you pull up this screen here, save the game and return to title, we'll see that he's invaded, and we're just going to quit out. I don't know if he actually hit me there or not. I don't know what hit me, but something hit me. He may have hit me. And now, or I think I got Madness there, actually. We are far enough. Oh, no, we weren't. No, I messed up. That's okay. What you're supposed to do there is be close enough. Be far enough away from his trigger point that he just doesn't actually spawn. Alright. Now we get to handle a really annoying fight. I almost got the backstab too. Our flask is strong enough that we just don't have to worry. It's just gonna be a pain. And at worst we die, you know. Okay, am I two-handing or what? Game, thank you. We do have to heal after that one. You gotta love NPC invasions, honestly, you know? They're just wonderful, especially when they have a status effect like madness. I know, I'm literally running bleed. Also, NPC invasions suck. Like, this is awful. Oh well. He's not actually required to kill, but there we go. If I kill him, I never have to worry about it again. I don't think Vike's War Spear is the weapon for this run, by the way. Just gonna throw that one out there. Anyway, we have some business with a man down here who has already moved on. Perfect. This is such a messy bit of backtracking we're having to do here, by the way. This is probably the worst of it. Oh boy, I'm dead, huh? I didn't die. I didn't even take damage. Oh, okay, never mind. I take it back. I just didn't know any better. But, like, so we're gonna have to backtrack here to get the Moog area unlocked, right? That's not too bad. That's gonna be another death. Sheesh. I'm positioning all wrong for this, huh? Well, I've died twice now, so it would legitimately just be faster to have gone a different way, I think. But that's okay. Just grab my runes again. I think I'm jumping from too low. When I can jump from, like, this angle over here. Yeah, and land higher up. Or miss. And I'm just gonna go the other way now. I'm done. There's no reason to keep throwing myself off this cliff if I'm just gonna die. That's impressive. I actually, I've only died there, like, twice before this. I swear. Like, all, com- hmm. I've only died, like, twice there across all of my runs before this. Honestly. But also, it's, like, not even a threat to go this direction. It's just longer. And maybe not even longer, because I have to go. This might kill me. Thank goodness it didn't. Jeez. I have to find the church. Yeah. My only issue with Vare is they didn't put a grace near him for some ungodly reason. Unless I'm just blind. I might be blind. He's not here. Hello? Oh, did I mess something up? Oh no. Oh, he's still here. What the heck? I didn't talk to her. Right. I should have grabbed Folly on the lake before I did that then. This sucks. This is a little unfortunate. Oh, please. I'm honestly with Faray on this. I do sound like you're full of it. Come on. Alright. Actually, it's so bad that I'm just going to go from this one. I think it's a better run. Could be wrong. I think there is a grace slightly closer from this direction anyway. That's not Falling on the Lake. There's one where Patches shows up at, right? On a hill. Possibly. Yeah, this hill. This might end up being a better place to run from than Falling on the Lake, even. Can we see the church from here? Okay, well, as long as that doesn't kill us, then this is better. You know, on the subject of fall damage, though, seeing as I died a few times, I think I would totally be fine if a game like Elden Ring and Dark Souls just removed fall damage entirely. I don't mind it in concept either, but I guess you have to be a lot more careful with level design if you do it if you don't have fall damage, huh? Are these the lobsters? Yes, they are. Oh, don't want to get too close to those, honestly. This is not a very fast run still. Okay. I didn't actually check to make sure that Far 8 had moved. Yeah, he has. And my only issue with this is we have to go here, go to Altus, come back here, go somewhere else, come back here a third time. That's my issue with all this. If they just put a grace here, it would just be like 10 times easier. Like, it just wastes 15 minutes instead of 3, you know? Alright. Unless maybe I'm wrong and there is a grace around here. Like, I can just come from below her. There's another grace over here that's probably pretty close. It just almost feels wrong knowing that there's no grace as a point of interest where that stuff is, you know. I know it's an overrun church instead, and an enemy spawns there, but, like, that's okay. Like, the enemy respawns but doesn't drop anything special, and even if he did, there's nothing wrong with spawning close to them. So, but I know there's a grace somewhere around here. I thought there was. Is it this far away? Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, there's one over by the map. I can't pull up my map because I'm, yeah, in combat. This doesn't feel any closer than the other two, though. Right? Like... I don't know. I guess Folly on the Lake might be your best option, then. Here, let's look. Because we're going here. Holy cow, dude. And then Folly on the Lake is right here. If you're wondering, so I guess that one is closest. We'll grab it on the way back. We have to go back to Altus now. Oh, I wish I had a map. So Altus, there is a bloody... I think it's on the far side. Okay. There's a bloody chapel that has an invasion sign once you start this part. It lets you skip the online portion of Ari's quest. By the way, I gotta say, it is a little bit confusing online trying to figure this out through a guide. I think I'm just bad at following guides or something, because I swear they never make it clear enough for me. I figure it out in the end, but maybe it's just Effects for Life that I'm trying to follow is an issue. Okay. So here this is. I'm in combat once again. Yep. I could actually go kill Draconic Tree Sentinel right now if I wanted and get myself a plus 12 weapon. Yes, I know. This isn't the right one. This one is. But we want to go this way anyway. I think there's a sacred tear at that church, by the way. But there's a shrine over here we can grab that'll make getting back to that one easier, because we also have to go back there and fight. You know, this fight, or this run might not fight any bosses. I gotta say, it does pretty much the exact opposite. You're focusing on, like, fighting NPCs instead, and I think that might just be worse. What does he sell? Just checking the inventory. Nothing important, honestly. So this will take us across the bridge. Hey, you know, I've always wondered, why have these ley gates? I mean, I know it's hard to get across to the other side. I find it very odd that that was their solution, though. That they didn't give us just a better way across, you know? Made it feel like we were actively, like, working to get across instead of just walking to where we actually want to go. Oh, actually, I might be able to drop down from here. Oh, like, totally. Good. Beastmaster, and he has, funny enough, he has the Great Stars from, like, this caravan. The last time I did the fight, it wasn't too bad. I did have Reduvia. Again, that kind of entails everything. Uh, Overall, I think it'll be fine still. He's in here. I just don't know which one of these buildings he's in, honestly. I should probably be careful around the bleed dogs. Was it this one? Ah, here it is. Ignore me, puppy dog. Holy. Hey, jump attacks are supposed to be my thing. Oh, I thought that was actually going to go through the wall for a second there. Well, this fight sucks. Oh, good. And he puts Lion's Claw on that, too? Ugh. Yeah, this is about how I would expect it to go, honestly. Just unenjoyable through and through. Oh, okay. Corner him against the round wall. No. I'm not gonna let you do that. Dude, NPC fights are not fun, I gotta say. Did he open this door? Ah, it's blocked. Okay. Alright, so... Holy cow. Man, that's a lot of bleed dogs. You know, those were the dogs that used to do, like, infinite damage. Not really infinite, but they used to do a ton of damage, to say the least. I was gonna say, did you know that those things can actually bleed? It's really weird to me. Come on. Say that I'm out of combat. Come on. There we go. Pardon me, I apparently got the hiccups. We need to go back to Vare. And, like, it's not even super exciting errands. It's legitimately just fighting, like, multiple NPC fights. You don't have to do Vike. You can skip him, but that doesn't make it any better, really, to me. Because it's like, fight NPC, teleport, back, run for 2 minutes, fight an NPC, teleport back, run for 2 minutes, you know? You do that 3 times. Dang, I was hoping there'd be a shrine up here. Oops, sorry. You know, the dexterity knot might make it better to just run a standard infusion and hope the damage makes up for the fact that I don't have as much bleed. And like, I'm not using any other knots, any other tiers. Yeah, falling on the lake. Don't know why. This is one of the few shrines that I actually really like and learned the name of. It's a fun one. I don't know why. Maybe it's the crabs and that it's near the Albinoric village. And then we just run, yeah, this direction. I think that is the closest shrine, though. Little sad. Oh wow, you did very good. I have one more chore for you. Sure, anoint me, brother. It's like, jeez. I wouldn't mind if we just had one more grace. That's all I want, game. Holy cow. 1 second. Well, hello? Hi. Welcome back. And by welcome back, I mean welcome back to me. Oh, wow. I didn't know that that actually didn't cost any FP if you... Anyway, somebody just came to our door. That's all it was. And it just surprised me because I wasn't expecting it, right? So this brings me to a question to the nobody watching. Nobody, no people watching. But I'll still ask it anyway because maybe somebody will say it in a comment later. But ever since we moved to the suburbs, there are like door-to-door salesmen. This is something I had never been privy to before in my life. And it still kind of weirds me out. I don't know what you guys think of it. I'm kind of curious. Because, like, the thing is, like, I don't know. I don't want to be sold anything at my door, right? It was for security systems, so I guess they kind of have to. It's one of those ones that you have to seek out clients for. But, like, I don't know. Usually when I'm home, I'm like shirtless at least, and I don't want to be answering the door. Also, I don't trust people that come straight to my door typically, because I don't get very many visitors without planning. So it's like, I don't know. Puts me in an awkward spot, you know. Which puts them into an awkward spot too, because I'm sure they also hate doing it. But like, wow. But anyway, the big thing to ask about, right? What was I doing, by the way? Oh yeah, going back to Polly on the Lake. So the big thing to ask about, it's like, sorry, I saw something on my map there and needed to check. Who is this? Oh, okay. He was trying to sell me on security doorbells and stuff, and like, he just asked, like, hey, you mind if I just like come inside? Because I've been on my feet all day, and like, I feel bad because I'm like, I don't really want you coming inside, right? It's just like, it just seems like I'm inviting trouble, and even though he seemed like he was a fine guy and was just doing his job, I'm like, I don't want to take that risk, right? He was like already eyeballing things inside the house, which I don't think he meant it in a bad way. He was just trying to like reassure me. I think that like it's just normal and he's trying to sell me something, but he was like, I saw that display case in your house. Very nice things you have in there. I'm like, now it sounds like you're gonna rob me, and I don't think you mean it that way. But yeah, that's what that was. It took me like, I don't know. He said he'd be back later. I sure hope not. Also, he said he was supposed to give me like a quote. And he had like a little card. Oh wait, I forgot to talk about the second time. He had a little card that he was gonna write down stuff on, information on, and then he just didn't give it to me. Didn't write anything on it either. So who knows? That was a bit of a mess. We'll do that. We need to go grab our other pickle, by the way, before we fight Moog. We only have one last thing we have to do. Oh. How many NPCs have we fought so far, by the way? We fought... one, two... Did we fight one before we fought the Beast Man? Now I can't remember. Actually, we can check how many rune arcs we have, can't we? Because you get a rune arc for winning. Maybe you don't. But yeah. I feel I was a little thrown off by that. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try to get back on topic, but I gotta say, I'm not super interested in being sold equipment, security systems for my house that I'm renting. I don't know. I'm sure it's a good idea to have some, but huh, I don't think I've ever been hit by this thing. It doesn't do a lot of damage, I gotta say. Especially for being like an end-game enemy, technically. It's very squishy. I know you can go around this thing, by the way. I'm just not. Just wanting to fight it for a second. But yeah, so basically that's my question. Like, if somebody's coming to your door, are you answering the door? Because, like, I always answer the door, right? But, like, if I don't, he would just go away, yeah? I think. Don't these things, like, pop back up if you let them? He's worth a few thousand souls. Okay. The other thing I forgot to mention about this routing, to get a plus 12 is actually super easy, because there's like high value runes in Mogwin's Palace that I could go for now. There's one on the way that I'm taking right now, actually. Now that I think about it even. It's like a plane on the path. See? Lord's Rune, 50,000. And that'll get us the rest of the way up to plus 12. And then, so the thing is, like, I'll go to plus 12, and now that I think about it, I'm doing things at a lower weapon level on this run with the claws. Mainly because I don't know where to get... I could go exploring and grabbing more items if I wanted, right? But I think I'm actually strong enough. At least to beat Moog. And then once I beat Moog, I'll have enough levels to just be overpowered for the rest of the run, right? Whoops. You know, these weapons are sometimes hard to see, which is why I keep thinking I am or am not power stancing. Because I'm like... Whoops. Oh, I only need 3 more anyway. Well, this will be a good level or 2 as well, then. Holy cow. Yeah, so I don't know why, but like having somebody come to the front door, it just makes me a little uncomfortable. And I think that's just me not getting used to city living yet. Because I'm like, we're a year into renting a house. And this is the most inner city I've ever lived, which is literally a suburb, which is not inner city, but I know. But it's just very different. Alright, so let's check now. 46. So we gain 18, we lose 19. Okay, so we can do this now. Actually, is the bleed lower? The bleed is lower, now that I noticed. It's just not worth doing, huh? Hello, Merlin. That's 11 more damage. So overall, maybe this weapon art wasn't worthwhile, huh? I still didn't get that. Okay. Which means I'm pumping into Arcane when I don't need to be. But maybe after Moog having 500,000 souls to put into Arcane. Let's see. We can do this. We don't have to run numbers. It's weaker, but we also gain 12 more bleed, so it's worth it. And we have one last thing to do. One last... Dude, okay, so the crazy thing about this run, it's like more complex than just playing through the game. Because you have to do multiple character quest lines as well. So, now we have to go up here to get, I don't know his name. Whatever. Nergy, to spawn. Can I actually get down from here? I'd be very grateful if I could, but it does not look like it, huh? Maybe I can land on a tree. Well, I'm trying. Okay, I lived. And it puts me in the perfect positioning to fight this guy. I could try out Lifesteal Fist, I guess. Oh, that went the wrong direction. Well, whoops. Man, you're far away. So far. So this time through, I'm not going to be... Man, you don't get any distance on it either, huh? Oh, and he dodges it. Oh, I'm not two-handing. I mean, when you put it like that, game. I don't care. Just die. Dude, this weapon, I cannot see it in my main hand. Like, I'm swinging it, I just don't see it. Alright. Now we ride over this way. Honestly, this thing might end up... Reduvia might just be better. We'll see. I really like the fist weapon, or the claw weapon moveset more, though. Alright, so we do here. At the very least for this, it's super fast, right? At this point. Stay clear of the lake. Alright, I heard you. Alright, now ladies. Anyway, this is really fast. The last part takes 30 seconds running to Eleonora. So, I think we're at 3 NPC fights now. Aha, there it is. Make it 4, and then 5 for... Yeah, this is like way more complex than just doing a normal run, and that's one thing that when I first set out into doing this, I was not expecting. By the way, this guy is just me, Ravenmouth Assassin. I look a little different, but like... Isn't it odd, by the way, that Yura is like a red phantom here? I mean, okay, if you're gonna give me that. Check this out. Yeah. How much damage? Really? Sure, I'll do it too then. Did the bleed kill him, like, in between him jumping? I don't know how I feel about this weapon art. I'm pretty sure it's just trash, right? And now we turn around, and there he is. You give me a smithing stone 5s? Wow. I still didn't get the knife, dude. Oh. That's okay. Finally, we're on to the last step of this. Finally. We get the Eleonora tier. Which I actually don't remember what it's called, honestly. Crimson... Not Crimson Whirl. But, you know. Crimson some odd tier. You know, I don't know if I've ever done that rise that's down there. Looking at it. Okay. Now there are dogs here, so I should be just a little bit careful to try and keep it inside the church. Keep the fight inside the church. And Yura's not here. And the dogs are inside the church. Hold on. Maybe I didn't exhaust his dialogue. Yep. Good one. Great. That's okay. We'll kill this thing. Double check that it's not that I just had to kill this thing once. We'll quit out one more time. Just in case. Alright. I should have checked to make sure that it didn't say he was still out here. Yep, there he is. Alright. There you are, you fool. What the heck? Dude, you gave me that already. Oh, my goodness, that's why. Okay. Now we should be good. Hey, at least this bonfire is way closer than what I had it set up for last time I did this. You know, you would think with such a massive open world and like how many graces they put, you would think that they have enough. But when I'm doing this version of the playthrough, I'm like, honestly, I could go for like a handful more graces at like very key points for NPCs. Honestly, Yura's fine where he is, or like there's a grace close enough to him for both of them, technically. All right, let's get rid of these dogs this time. All right, is there any other dog over here that would notice me? I don't think so. Okay, so what I don't understand is what's up with him and Shabriri? Because, like, also, I never realized how early you could get the Nagakiba. You don't even have to do any bosses for it. But then Eleonora invades us. Nope. Stop that. Okay. Why'd you make me backstab, game? Alright. That's cool. Oh, I had the pressure to... Oh, stop that. Oh. Dude, that one's absolutely brutal, too, because it gives you a debuff with it. And, of course, she actually has infinite FP, if she wants. Stop. I've never had her be this mean about it, either. Usually when I'm fighting her, she just only sticks to the twin blade, honestly. And that's not very threatening. Yeah, I get it. I wonder why they have the NPCs always check their flasks and show that they're out. Please. Jeez. Oh, she's dead. Oh my goodness. I'm finally free. Alright, purifying crystal tear. So, when I first did this, my goal, or my idea was to, once I killed everybody else, except Radagon, I was going to use the Eleonora pole blade. Am I using it wrong or something? That weapon kind of stank. Like, it was just kind of worthless for me. So bad that I actually swapped to a +9 Reduvia instead of a +10. I was truly shocked at how bad it performed. Alright, we are going to throw this run, but I want to test my damage and my DPS. But I need a pickle after this fight, because I really don't want to throw away the, like, what, 80,000+ runes it is or something? Jeez, that would have reached me too. I mean, like, that's not so bad, right? And, like, at least for phase 1, this is totally manageable. Phase 2, it's gonna kind of stink, I think. Can you get off the stairs, dude? Walk forward? Thank you. Good. Duel. Oh, I actually haven't drank this yet either. Yeah, let's hope it doesn't reach far enough for that, sadly. You know, that attack always comes out faster than I expect. And let's just go crazy, see if we can get a stance break. No. Okay, let's take a step back so he doesn't hit me with that attack. I mean, honestly, this isn't feeling so bad. I mean, my damage is kind of low. Maybe I've just gotten better at this fight recently. As I still get hit by that, though. You just run forward. It'll be a lot harder to bleed him in phase 2 because I can't be as aggressive. But I mean, honestly, I can still be pretty aggressive. Oh, my cat's really meowing, huh? I'll go for it. Yeah, we got the bleed for that. Only issue is that gives him a weapon damage buff. Also, my bleed res is really low, I'm realizing. She sounds so upset. I haven't done anything. Maybe that's why she is upset. I haven't done anything for her. I remember this fight feeling, like, way worse. We'll heal here. Then he'll do the uppercut. Alright. You know what? If I do kill him here, I'm actually just not going to... Okay. I was going to say, if I do kill him here, I'm not going to reset it, because, like... I'd rather take the kill and then just be 10 levels, 5 levels lower. Alright, we're actually going to... You go to the stake America no matter what if you die against him. If you forget to send the elevator down, which I totally did. So we do this. Getting the pickle takes like 5 seconds, so it's really easy. You just go behind first step. And then we'll just throw ourselves at him until he dies. And if we die like 4 times, we'll go get like a +6 instead. +5, something like that. I know. You thought I had it too. I could have sworn I would have beaten it. Back. Somewhere back here is a geyser. Wherever the beach is. I thought. Is there not? Am I going crazy? I know it's over here. Or I guess it's further this way, actually. Yeah, okay. I'm just blind. I didn't see it. It's right here. Always makes me nervous, though, I'll tell you. Come on. Okay, fine. I gotta say, this might be a very good skeleton fighting weapon just due to the fact that it swings like that. Anything else? What else is here, dude? Oh my goodness. Do they drop? What the heck? Okay, they can drop... Oh, what is here? Oh my goodness. This is so silly. Thank you. I don't know why that bothered me so much, but... Just like, let me leave, dude. I know you can't fast travel with enemies attacking you. So it makes sense. I just got impatient. But now we have our pickle. And we just have to win. And I truly think we can. And then if not, how many souls does it cost to level up? 12,000? Okay. If we lose a few times, the first thing we'll actually go do is beat a guy up. We'll go beat up a Draconic Tree Sentinel. Because we can definitely beat him. By the way, I recently found out that one of Moog's Get Off Me buttons is his, that. Yep, which I reacted to poorly. That's okay, though. How much is a charge attack? Still not very good, huh? Okay. We're gonna heal here, actually. Yeah. Heal there because once I bleed, he gets a damage buff, actually. Or once he bleeds. So once I bleed him, he gets a damage buff. Yeah, if you don't know how to fight Moog either... Wow, that gave me that repost instant. Oh, okay, it was a bleed repost. That gave me that repost instantly, though. Just stop backing up. It's like one of the worst things when the boss just backs up. Oh, it still clipped me. Can he bleed during the... Yes, okay. That answers that. My question is, why does the second attack only hit once? We're gonna heal. You can't go too far around him, or else he'll autocorrect, and he will, cause you to get hit by him swinging behind his back. Wow, that almost hit me. You don't want to be too close to him when he does the uppercut, because if you're not too close, then you get a different attack out of him. Which is the one that... Wow, I died, yeah. Which is one that I got out of him there. I'm so much worse at phase 2. I'm not that bad at it, but it's a lot harder. But if you're too close, he will do a slam attack instead of a thrust. And that slam attack leads to an explosion afterwards, I think, if I remember correctly. So you're just asking for trouble there, really. Like, it's just making it harder to get more hits. I hate it when he leads with that. His weapons are whiffing a little bit on him, which is very unfortunate. Oh, jeez, dude. Both of those things hit me? Oh, I might bleed here. Honestly, I think the thing that makes Moog hard is just that he's got awkward timings on everything, is what it's supposed to be. I'm just trying to push buttons without him acting first, which is really weird because he looks like he comes out slow, like his attacks come out slow, and they sure do, but they come out at a really good timing for him to get punishes on you for doing things like anything. I also think just the normal R1 is better than doing a follow-up and chaining just the R1. Okay. Oh, you have to delay for so long, never mind. Really? That one hit me. He's probably going to want to... I'm having such a hard time getting far enough away, honestly, apparently. By the way, have you noticed how low my bleed resist is? My bar is minuscule compared to, like, most other builds that I've done. Or maybe I could just cycle between that and then jumping R1. No, you've... of course. Nihil. Yeah, I hear you, dude. Stance break? Come on, you know you want to. What the... Why did he do a 180 there? He went the wrong direction. Did you guys see that? Follow up, back up. So much for a stance break, huh? We'll hit him. It was a risk I knew. Alright, we haven't activated our rune arc yet. Oh, that one really hit me, huh? Alright, dude, I get it. You don't want me touching you. Oh, I got hit by the full effect of that. I'm gonna bleed here. Yep. There we go. You have to roll so early on that, by the way, if you didn't know. Because otherwise, it's got a hitbox that is wider than it says, just because it's a thrust, or wider than it looks, so that it properly catches you when he's running past you. It's really weird. It doesn't feel good to get hit by it sometimes because of it, but it's whatever. Oh, those are the hits that really sting, honestly. The ones that are from really delayed attacks, and you mistimed it ever so slightly. It's a little awkward just due to the lava on the ground. Fire. I guess it's not really lava, it's blood, really. But it's weird how hard that can be to dodge sometimes, because it's just awkwardly slow. See? I think I could have circle strafed it from there, actually, but anyway. Alright. I always dodge to the left there, or walk to the left to begin with, and then dodge to the right afterwards. You have to roll here because of location. You have to be really careful. You can't just be under him, because he might just decide he wants you to get hit, so... And if he does, he'll just drop on you instead. One more hit. Alright. Yep. Please do an uppercut. Sad. That's okay. We need like 2 more bleeds on him. Is the thing. Dude, chill. I need a little space to move through this. And his bleed has just completely reset, by the way. Like, he hasn't given me a single chance to hit him. There we go. Jeez. Like, he hasn't done either of these attacks in forever. Like, that's the combo you want. I'll hit him. Risk it. We need that bleed, you know. Actually, if I get the bleed now, I think he just dies, right? I hate it when he follows up with that instead of the uppercut, because, like, the uppercut is just a free punish, right? He might be dead here. Yeah, we did it. It only took like 3 tries. Dude, that's huge. Alright, and now we just steamroll the rest of the game, even though we only have a +4 weapon right now. Wow, I popped that really early, but that's okay. Yeah, he's worth 456,000 there. And what does it cost us? 12,000 to level up? That's like... There goes our scaling issue. We'll go 40, 16. How about that? And we're only going to have a +4 for Morgott and stuff, but that should be okay. What can we buy from here now that we couldn't before? Any key items? Oh, there it is. Thank you. Also, we get a second pocket, which means we don't have anything to put in it yet. Okay. I had a whole different route last time that got me some other talismans that I was actually using, but that's okay. May as well take it, right? Oh, please. I don't care. Alright, let's check the difference in bleed and damage now. Ashes of War. 71. Alright. And it's 50 more damage. We are so much stronger now. Alright. That was what? Boss number 2? Not bad. Let's go kill 4, 5, and 6, right? Because we got Draconic, ghosty, ghost free. There we go. And Morgott. What time is it, by the way? 5:45. Has my wife texted? No. Huh. I think her training is actually going to be 2 hours long. And an hour drive, so... Anyway. We are at, by the way, 2 hours and 20 minutes. We are averaging about one boss an hour. That's, that sounds really bad. Seeing as our goal is 10 bosses, that means this run's going to be 10 hours long. I don't think that's the case going forward. I think you're doing all of your prepping in the forefront, like in the front end of this run is the idea, effectively, right? And all of the preparation is honestly just for Mogwin. And, if you ask me, I think this only becomes easier if you allow us to kill any other bosses. Because there are a lot better weapons that you could use. Don't get me wrong, this weapon's actually fine, but like... But like, if we could kill just a couple other bosses... But then if you could just kill a couple other bosses, it's like, why is that any different from just a normal run then, I guess, honestly, now that I think about it? Because, like... It's not any faster to kill Moog than it is to kill, like, Renala or something. The difference is you get levels out of it, right? That's the big thing. And I guess you get a fully stacked, pretty much fully stacked flask before you do your boss battling. Which is handy, I guess. Alright, we actually have to fall back here because I don't want to die. I'm doing it again, you can't stop me. The one attack I didn't want to see. Never mind, we're okay. Yeah, I don't think you can roll through that. I think I just had to jump it, and I just didn't. We'll heal here, because I think he wants to buff his weapon, right? No? Chill, dude. Okay, apparently this guy's gonna throw me around more than Vogue. I swear I'm usually not that bad at fighting this guy. There we go, jeez. Probably because we have a +4 instead of a +6. He's worth like 60,000, 50,000, yeah. Which is still at least one level, right? It is just one level. Oh well. Now the only bosses I think we need to worry about are... What's his name? What is his name? Sorry. Malakath. Garong. Beast clergyman, if you will. Still 2 damage. That's more bleed. And at this point, we are ahead of the vigor curve. The vigor, if you will. So we don't need to worry about pumping any more health. Not until probably Godskin Duo. And so we could do damage until then, getting more bleed and more damage. Yeah. After we kill Morgott, we need to not spend all of our runes. Oh, I forgot to check. Okay, so you can't use grease on an occult weapon. Which means I actually... Yeah. I should have been using bleed resin against Mogwin. And honestly, even still, it's higher bleed than what I have now, because it's 60 plus 37, so 97 bleed. Once I upgrade this past +4, though, this will surpass it. Probably around when I'm using +8s on it. I think at +15 it might have the full, like, 96, 98 bleed. Could be wrong. I think Reduvia is a stronger weapon for this, but I like the moveset more for this. Then I think I spec'd a little better, which doesn't really make much sense because I basically only used health and arcane, now that I think about it. I think this routing took maybe less time. I don't remember. I'm gonna say, really? I fell down here? What the heck? That was weird. Overall, when I did this on the trial run, right, it took me 6 or 7 hours to beat it, which I felt was really long. So I think this should be faster. I might not want to fight this guy, especially depending on what he... Oh no, my damage is fine. Okay. I was too close for that. Sad. Maybe I should just not. He still 3-shots me. If you jump from there, though... Look at that jump damage, by the way. And this is why you don't fight him, honestly. And he's worth 50,000 runes, but if he... You have to get right back out there, or else he's going to try doing that again. There we go. We'll go for the critical. He can't bleed, which is part of the reason why I was thinking about not fighting him. Very few bosses do I want to fight if they can't bleed. I still think Radagon will be fine with this weapon. Should be. I think it'll do better than Reduvia. I feel like Reduvia's scaling by the endgame falls off for things that can't bleed, whereas this, it has a cult, so it gains the damage scaling aspect. Ooh, it still has a C in Dex, too. That's good. Stressful. Woo! There's a rune arc here. We haven't gotten the rune arc from, or the great rune activated. That's the other thing. So we could be sitting at, what, 15% of 1450? Let's just say 15% of 1500, which would be 225. Minus like 45 or something. So it'd be like plus 120 health, right? Plus 180, sorry. So like 1700 or so, right? 1650 almost, yeah. It doesn't really matter. That's not enough health to matter right now. For reference, though, 60 Vigor gives you 1900 health. That is a very strong stopping point, I find. However, with Radahn's Great Rune... Oh yeah, this is stronger than Reduvia was at plus 6. Against these guys, at least. Radahn's Great Rune has plus 15% health, which at 48 Vigor gives you 1904, which is effectively the same as 60 Vigor. So you can save 12 levels there, put that into damage or something, you know? Or maybe carry weight, because we're going to want to be having a little bit of carry weight. Oh, these are also lighter than Reduvia, I think? Oh yeah, our damage is fine. I was expecting a stance break by this point, honestly. Oh, we'll just back off and heal. There we go. I'm pretty sure you can, like, circle strafe these attacks, but I never do. There we go. And this boss doesn't bleed, don't forget. So, like, we're doing fine. I had a couple other options for weapons. I thought about maybe running, like... Oh, what weapon was it? Oh yeah, Morgoth's weapon as well. That could have been a good option for this. Uh, the other thing about Reduvia, I ended up having to. I needed to farm levels as well. 77. That's going up so fast. But yeah, I ended up needing to farm levels uh, when I made it to Moog. Maybe I also just learned how to fight Moog in that time, in the like 20 attempts that it took me to beat him with a +6 Reduvia. But like, this weapon beat him in 3 tries, didn't have to farm at all, and only used like the 140,000 from Radon. I should not be fighting this Black Blade assassin. Oh, that should have hit me. Oh, this enemy sucks. They move so funky. And they don't really move how I would think an assassin move, they just move weird. I'll just heal. Like, that spin they do makes no sense. Chill, dude. Also, they have insane poise for being assassins, right? Like, what the heck? I bounced off of a weapon on the ground, I think. You seeing this, by the way? Like, this thing is harder to catch than anything I have fought recently. Please stop. I don't know why I fought that thing. That thing had like a few thousand health, didn't even bleed. Was worth 3,000 souls. I don't think that was worthwhile. Alright. Morgott, his damage is a little high, but I don't think I'm worried about it. He's also really weak to bleed. You know, that is only the second time I've ever seen him use that, and it confused me the first time I saw it. The first time I saw it was like yesterday as well, or 2 days ago, I guess. We gotta get out. At least for when he calls it down. Oh, we stepped in the wrong direction. That's so sad. Now we gotta heal. Yeah, you see, he is like the king of giving weird timings. But that's okay. That is, like, I've never seen him before. Yesterday doing it. Look at that hitbox. Alright, let's fall back. We got so many flasks anyway. If we die, we die, but like, we have so much advantage against him. Yeah, I thought it was worth the risk. Oh, that came out just a little faster than I was hoping. Dude, when is that pillar gonna explode? Thank you. I needed it to explode so I could actually roll through the attack. Thank you. Honestly, like, I'm tanky enough that I can just face tank most of this, and I'm pretty safe, is what's happening. I could use Morgoth's Great Rune. I might actually use his instead, just because I kind of hate getting Radon's. And it's on the way. Yeah, why don't we use Morgoth's? The extra stamina doesn't do much, and we're not using this weapon art ever. So. We're going to spend down to 50,000, I think, leveling up. So we'll get like 3 levels. Yes, I know, come on. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we'll go down to 33,000, that's fine. We were at 77, we're at 79 bleed now. That's pretty good. And our damage, by the way, with a +4 is 229. We are about to go up by 50% more levels. Yeah, we're going up to plus 12, plus 6 or plus 18, either one. And then the 18 has to beat us 2 bosses. One of them being Godskin Duo, but if you guys don't know, or if you guys haven't noticed, I guess I didn't mention it. I summoned for Radahn, and for the case of this run, I'm just going to be summoning, especially during against Godskin Duo. I just feel that, like, the point of this is not to see necessarily how easily I can beat all bosses alone, or beat any of the bosses alone. Plus, I beat Moog in like 3 tries. I'm fine. But, like, it's to see how few bosses we can beat it in, which, by the way, 4, 5, 6 is what we are up to now. I'm going to turn my phone ring around real quick. Thank you. Maybe this is just me being stubborn playing through the game like this, but, like, because we have the surplus of levels, I think I actually prefer not gathering the items to get a plus 6, right? Or, you know, plus 18 before doing Mountaintops of the Giants. I'm just fine, right? Like, oh yeah, by the way, we got 3 more talisman slots in the course of, like, 2 bosses. 3 bosses, I guess. We have killed 5, 6 bosses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I said 6, but... yeah, it's only 5. We've killed 5 bosses, and we've gotten 4 talisman pouches, is basically what I was going to say. Isn't that crazy? And, by the way, unfortunately, here comes a very... So, like, I actually am really enjoying the concept of this run, but the execution of it being... basically, you're just running around, right? You're not fighting bosses. You're not really leveling many weapons either, because you don't get very many options, because a lot of weapons are locked behind bosses, actually. You don't get any... You get 2 choices of Remembrance bosses. Moog's weapon is really good. Radahn's weapon, I don't like it, but that's just me. I actually have not fought these guys in a while. I'm sure they'll be fine. Oh, wow. That's a lot of bleed you do there, buddy. Also, that's a very long grab you have. And it does surprisingly low damage. By the way, why do we fight these guys just like in the abyss? That's my question. Okay, leave him alone. Leave me alone. Alright. We are now fine to just win. Hey, can you get their curved greatsword, by the way? Because it just looks kind of like the dismounter to me. I think there is like an Omen curved sword, though. Huh. Ouch. Okay, how far can I run away from him? Because I'd like to heal. Oh, this guy hits a little harder. And also doesn't stagger as easily, it seems. Oh. Yeah, I just had to do jumping heavies. Okay. My bad for not knowing. No, that's definitely not the dismounter. Look at that, like, design on the inside of the blade. Oh, wait, that's where you get Rollo from? I'm an idiot. Holy cow. It took me the entire time doing that fight, huh, to realize. I just killed an extra boss, guys. It was like two omens, so I was like, nah, it's fine. That's not a boss, totally. In my mind, I guess. Just it just didn't exist for me as a boss fight for some reason. But that's okay. Actually, what we'll do, just for the sake of this, just don't tell anybody. But we're gonna head back and just pretend that didn't happen. Because it makes zero impact on this game, right? I just like discard Rolo, and I don't use Morgoth's Great Rune. Oop, I'll be right back. 1 second. Alright, howdy and welcome back. Sorry. A couple things. We're just going through Forest. No, I keep wanting to call it Forest of the Fallen Giants, which is DS2. But we are going through Mountaintops of the Giants. I used the this thing, Memory of Grace, just because, like, I had 30,000 extra runes from killing them. So, you know, I got rid of those. There's that. We get 11 of these and 11 of these. We still have 80,000 runes left over. Probably 85,000 after upgrading even. And our damage is going to be so much higher. Our scaling goes up on top of the fact that, like, we get more bleed too. I think. Pretty sure we do. Yes, we do. So let's look. We are at 229 to begin with. 229 to 292. I mean, like, that's 70 more damage and 5 more bleed, something like that. That's massive. We are, like 20 to 30 bleed higher than Reduvia, while also having the same damage, or better. Because again, we're only at +6 right now. And that thing capped at like 360 damage, I think it was. We're already at 295. Also, this run is being so much faster than the Reduvia version. So I like this route a lot more. So I'm kind of excited for this. So this is going to be the first long-form, heavily edited video, I guess I should say. And it sounds really fun. My issue comes in from writing a script. I've never done script writing, and I think it just comes with practice, right? Pretty much. At this point. Or I'll get better at knowing what sorts of things to write, getting used to writing maybe jokes, depending on how I want to do it, you know? I'll get better at that. And kind of planning out sorts of ideas and what things I'm wanting to cut and paste and whatnot. I've got to figure out how do I condense this? Probably 10 hours of gameplay into 30 to 45 minutes of time. And you might think that sounds difficult, or I think that sounds kind of difficult, better yet I should say, but like, I know it's possible because people do it. There's lots of videos like this. Or I guess I don't have to do it that way. I could also I could let it be even longer than that. By the way, our damage is looking really good. I know we're fighting a golem. Our stance damage not as good, but that's okay. Just remind me to never kill another boss unless I have to. Golem bow, come on. One of these days I'll get it, I swear. Also, if Vari's questline didn't just stink... Oh, I can't get the white mask anymore. It would have been a damage buff when I bled bosses, but that's okay. If Vari's mask, the white mask, didn't stink to get, I would totally use that thing. But you have to fight off like 1 or 2 more NPC invaders, I think. I've already done like 5 this run. Typically, on my normal playthroughs, I do maybe 1. Sometimes I even skip Nerdy, whatever his name is. Using the quit out method. Depending on how long this takes, we might be basically okay. So right now I have 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour to finish whatever I'm working on before my wife gets home, which is fine. I don't mind. I'm kind of curious if I could finish the game within that time. Everything else is now railroaded, right? So we have to kill Fire Giant, Godskin Duo, Malekith, Gideon Ofnir, uh, Godfrey again, and then Radagon. That's 6 bosses in an hour, which would put us at... Oh, we were at 5 before. That puts us at 11 bosses. What we're trying to answer, of course, as I've mentioned, is can you beat Elden Ring within 10 bosses? But we can't just call it at that, you know? Let's play it out, obviously. And as I've mentioned, holy cow, those things frostbite in a single hit. Oh, we should actually swing by this. Getting a plus 10 flask, does it really matter? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Is that lobster still? No, okay. Okay. And I think that's the last thing off the... If you even want to count that as off the beaten path that we have to get. Tempted to not grab the Grace before Fire Giant, but if I die, then I don't do what I... There's no way I could beat it in time, you know? Hey, okay, so here's a great question with an enemy coming up here. What do you guys think about enemies that are specifically built to lie in wait and just hit you? Because that enemy, he's coming around the corner and walking, but he's very much so scripted to when you reach X point, he does that attack. Because no other dog, when they see you, attacks you like that, really. Or there's an example also in Lanedale, on your way up to Goldfree, where there's the Great Shield Knight with the spear, and you can just ignore him. He's got like some gravel stones near him or something. And then right past him, there's a hallway and then a shrine, a grace. And between that hallway and that grace, in within it, there's a guy standing around a corner who will just stab you as you walk past. And it's not like he sees you and stabs you, it's he is scripted to do his attack once you cross X path. My idea behind those is I guess they have a time and place, but the fewer the better. Where instead of having something like that, why not put like a patrolling enemy there, right? Where like he's crossing the hall back and forth or something, you know? So if you time it right, you sneak by him and he doesn't hit you. But also like he's so weak anyway that it just doesn't have an impact on the game really that he exists there, right? Unless okay, I guess there is one. Your first time through, you're struggling to fight that knight, so you decide, all right, I'm not just going to die to him. Let me run past and heal. And then all of a sudden, you're running past to heal, and you get stabbed in the side and die. But, like, that's a one-off use of an enemy that hits maybe, like, 1% of the people that ever encounter it, right? I just don't see it being relevant. Please leave me alone. Giant hand. That hit the horse, not me. Interesting. I'm not going for that one because I don't want another NPC fight. I'm done with them. I still have one more if you count Gideon. Oh, very fun fact. Gideon has been nerfed due to the route that I've taken. I think his most deadly attack, or personally the most deadly attack that he has, I think he can't cast it now because of the bosses that I didn't fight. Which is really interesting because it's like, what could he have gotten, right? But I'm pretty sure he can't cast... Wow, our damage is so good. Yeah, our damage is real good. Also, jump attacks are buffed right now. I guess I could go get the Claw Talisman at this point. But I don't care. What was I saying? Oh yeah, he doesn't get the quick cast Raya Lucaria Crystal Soul Spear. Dude, off the horse, please. This is a bad spot. Did he just light on an orb? He did. Where are you going? What the heck? Also, that track's like 90 degrees? What the... I was worried he was gonna push me into that using his body shape, and he did. Please stop. We'll heal there. We're not really in danger, I don't think. Maybe we can get a stagger here. Yes, we can. And then we just hit the face. That was pretty good. Get out of there, maybe? Not quite, but like he's not fast enough to punish that, right? Not really. You know, I have no idea what the hitbox on that attack is. I never get hit by it though, so I don't really worry. We're just gonna stick by his feet and bleed him, right? Like, why not? One more bleed and he's dead. Good, good. Not so bad. I did grab getting to plus 25, but I think plus 24 is going to be good enough. And at this point, I'm wanting to put the rest of my points into vigor, I think. Because these last few bosses hit incredibly hard. Vigor and endurance. I'm pretty sure with the Draconic Tree Sentinel armor, I'll have around 40% resistances. That's pretty big, honestly. Because that'll jump me. Once I kill... Okay, so I get a huge buff after... yeah, let's do that. After I beat Godskin Duo. They are the last of the heavy fights, right? I think 2040 sounds good, honestly. Malakath sucks because I'm bad at him. He doesn't actually suck. I suck at the fight. But I don't think he'll be bad. Godskin Duo, the first time we fight them, they have defense. What is it? No, I'm sorry, guys. I am a little bit off right now. But, no, I can just backtrack. Okay, so, when the first time that I fight Godskin Duo, I typically don't summon Bernal. Because there are, his summon sign doesn't appear on the side of the door that I fight him from. But at the same time, you can just walk through that boss room. For those of you who don't know, it doesn't really matter, but I think it's just not set up properly, because I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. And the big reason is because there's like an alt path you can take to get to a different grace, but you just don't have to take that route. Just kind of curious how her damage looks. I mean, like, it's fine. It's pretty good, honestly. Yeah, I mean, like, that's good. By the way, the guys in this room, they just aggro, no matter what you're doing in this room. It's just appearing inside this room causes them to aggro, which is really annoying. I didn't need this shrine, but that's okay. I'm executing this playthrough a lot better than the last time I did this. I will say that, because I'm pretty sure it took me like 6 or 7 hours overall. And I think I'm going to do this at least under 4. How many times have I died so far? Has it been 4 times? Something like that? Honestly, I'm getting kind of close to being able to just, like, deathless this game. I think if I took a different route... Okay, so first of all, part of the different route would just be, like, dude, kill the dragon at the start of the game. Just do that. Don't fight Radon. I think a good route for getting through this game, if you didn't need the Eleonora tier, could have been like do Dragon, then Godric, then Moog. Like all of a sudden you are up so many runes for the rest of the game that you can just steamroll everything, right? Maybe choose some different weapons? I don't know. Godric's Great Axe exists as well, though, if you can fight Godric, and that's... I think it's one of the... Oh my goodness gracious. It's one of the better weapons in the game. The Unique R2 gives it a really high motion value as well. Like, axes already get a damage bonus compared to other weapons when charge attacking, and then it's just even higher on that thing because of the different moveset. Oh, that's an enemy, by the way, that does the thing. You walk past him and he attacks. It's a scripted attack. Alright, we grab this shrine even though it doesn't matter. We run past these guys and probably get hurt because these guys are rough to run past. Oh, he did a good attack. What the heck? Alright, we're actually fine running past them. Hey, I need to check, by the way. I've been meaning to check if the Raven Mist Ash of War actually lets you go occult. Because if it does, then you just do Yura's questline first. Yeah. So let's check it here. Ashes of War. Keen. That's what I was thinking it would do. What's in my physic, by the way? It is the destiny, yeah, the dexterity. So let's see. We still go up like 20 damage. That's pretty good. Yeah, like our damage is fine. I'm really bad at this fight, by the way. I don't know about you guys. Dang. So bad at dodging that, especially. Oh, I'm just dead, probably. Yeah, like, I get killed in 4 shots, right? And once I can take down one, it'll be fine. But that first taking one down can be so tough. Although we're almost there. If they just behave now, which they're not at all. Okay. Yep. So those are 2 super attacks, both timed differently, and it just means you have to get hit by one. I could have tried outdistancing one of them, I guess. My roll. Holy cow. Alright. We have gotten it down to just one of them. It's the one I'm, like, bad at fighting, but that's okay. These guys are also weak to slash. Holy cow. He's gonna already res the other one, honestly. Yep, there's the res. That's okay, though, because I might actually just be able to kill him with bleed. Yeah. Huge. Okay. Look at their damage, though. Like, I don't know. Maybe 40 vigor isn't really enough for endgame, huh? Like, I'm coughing from the pain over here. It hurts, dude. Oh, I'm dead. I'm not dead. But res? Okay. Oh, he's on top of me. Holy cow. That's so unfortunate. And I can't even push this either. They're in such bad positioning, which is at all close together. Okay, he did one good attack if I could land anything on him. There we go. Can you tell that this fight just causes stress? Dude. And also they read inputs, like, even on attacks? What's that about? Alright, they're dead. Or are they? Yeah, they are. I hate that fight. And I think everybody practically does. Like, almost everybody does. But there's just like, there are no redeeming qualities about that fight, huh? Let's go get a plus 24. And then we will just... I actually don't think we have enough, right? It's like 140,000 for... even the... No, that's just level 8s. 140,000 for the level 8s. Maybe we do have enough then, just barely. No. No, we don't. I could get 2... Okay. I mean, that's good enough for Malakath, I think. Plus 22. 23, 24 is like... It's going to be like 5 to 10% damage difference. Granted, we got no levels out of that, so I'm going to be shredded by him. What? Mm-hmm. Okay. Holy cow. That explains a lot, by the way. Hold on, I gotta go sell my soul to afford what my mistake. Did I sell the plus 7? Oh, I'm smart, dude. How much are they? Are they gonna be like 4,000 apiece? I knew I shouldn't have given them that somber. Dude, they're not even 4,000. I could have afforded that so easily. Well, I still get a plus 21. But I could have gotten a plus 24 and some levels out of it, I think. Maybe 1 level. Wow. If you guys could see my face right now, I swear. So what are we at? 328? I mean, this thing is just as strong as Reduvia, and it hits more. Alright. I don't think that's going to make that big a difference. It just means we have to try just a little bit harder. We get to do a really cool jump over here, by the way. I didn't even check how much bleed I had. Did it go up? Yes, it did. We're at 87. This jump right here. You guys ever jump from there to here? One of my favorite jumps. It's a good one. Doesn't really save much time at all, but it looks cool. Alright, let's check the defense difference. Puts us at 30% for now. Also, by the way, have I mentioned how light this weapon is? For the range that you get longest dagger range at least. On top of the fact that it's lighter than like every dagger, has better damage, has better status. Not necessarily better, I guess, but feels better. Like, all around, this weapon just really performs well. Oh, thank you, I needed that. A pittance for what I've done. This part sucks, by the way. This is another enemy. That one doesn't check if you're there. It's checking, did you cross this point? So, I guess they have, like, at least 5 within the main story. At least. And honestly, all of them feel really staged and out of place. We might have to quit out here. Depending on how lightning... No, we're good. Okay. Now, the real question is, can we kill this dragon before it leaves? Also, the birds are still here. Yep, alright. And there we go, we have a plus 25 then. Dude, Leave me alone, dude. You're like way out of your aggro and leash range. What the heck? Thank you. That was weird. You know, I thought that that looked way too expensive. I shouldn't have given them that somber bell. I had no reason to give them the somber bell either, is the worst part. Like, I just decided I would. Oh, the other thing is if you're doing Reduvia, well, no, you don't have to. If you're leveling a second somber weapon, though, you might have to go grab that bell bearing, and that one's a little dangerous. Second Draconic Tree Sentinel, not really that much harder than the first, honestly. For the longest time, I just ran past him, never fought him, but like on subsequent, like just NG based playthroughs, he's really worth fighting just because the armor is just good. Has good defenses and isn't too heavy. Like it's a heavy armor, but it's I put it on about the same level as Banished Knight in terms of power, right? And Banished Knight armor is really, really good. Bleed? Yep. Wow, I didn't realize that had that much range. Dude, he was 180 firing a fireball at me before I even stood up. What the heck? Fine, dude, chill. Alright, we should have this from here. I think he might still do his super attack. I don't know, he probably will. Maybe not. Actually, if we get the bleed, he definitely won't. Ooh, stamina! Alright, please don't do the super attack. Oh, I killed myself just trying to... I thought he'd bleed again. Apparently he wasn't even close. That's lame. That's too bad. Because that wastes a lot of time for me trying to complete this. And I guess I don't really need the armor either, but that 10% defense sounds very nice right now. I should have known I was getting too ahead of myself. I think honestly 40 Vigor might just be a little bit too low for the very end game. It just feels like I get two-shot. Which is weird because, like, 60 Vigor is only a difference of 550 health, which I guess is actually a lot when I think about it. Right, because that's 50%, well, 30% more health. This is how it should have gone the first time. Alright, we'll heal. You can shoot a fireball, it's okay. I'm so bad at dodging that close-up fireball. Oh, great. What the heck was that? That's exactly the thing I didn't want to see. Alright, it's dead. I actually kind of hate that, but we got it. How much can we put on? All of it? All of it. Yeah, that gives us like 15% more defense. That makes quite the difference for these last few fights. Yeah, it's effectively the same as having a second one of those on right now. Man, I wish we could wear both of those, huh? That might be the last thing to do to optimize this run if you're actually going for minimum bosses. Maybe get some talismans while you're out and about, because there are some good ones you can get, I think, still. Get like Turtle Talisman, Axe Talisman. The cerulean, whatever color it is, Viridian talisman, you know. The green one that buffs max stamina. Thou who approacheth destined death. That hit me! Excuse me, what? And not only did it hit me with both parts of it. Which is like the worst of all worlds there. Oh, we're so screwed on getting hit here. Perfect, we made it. Bleed? I have an issue with this phase 1. I don't know if I've talked about it much. I want to say I have. It sucks. Pretty much. His aggressiveness is really awkward, but manageable. The issue comes in on, first of all, that attack specifically, because it's just built to roll catch you, which is fine. Bosses can have those, but when it's actively his main attack, it just feels awkward. And then also, I had somewhere else I was going with that, but I completely forgot now. Oh yeah, hitting him sucks. He's awkwardly shaped. He doesn't look it, but he's awkwardly shaped. Also, I get it, you have a ranged attack, dude. And he's still got the last laugh on that, huh? Oh, okay, just don't let me by then. If you can't tell, I'm not actually the biggest fan of the Malakath fight. I think there's a lot of issues with it. Oh, I'm just dead for the dumbest reason. Great. That's not the death I would have ever expected to see, honestly. Holy cow. That's an impressive death. It doesn't count as a death, I guess, because I quit out, but, like, I had to go back to the bonfire anyway after that. We'll give it a couple more attempts, and honestly, if I die a couple times, I'll probably just call it there. We'll do a little bit of recording off stream instead, and just wrap this up. I find this last push of bosses, depending on your level, and by the way, this is about the same level you get if you just don't fight Moog and do a couple other things instead. I typically would end this game around level 85 if I'm just trying to play through it quickly. So, like, the route doesn't even make a difference, besides the number of bosses fought. But, I end up losing a lot of patience with these fights. I know you're trying to do it again. Oh, good. We're in a very awkward spot for this. Alright, well, we flawless phase 1, I think. We're close to it. Yeah, close. Not close. It was just one hit off, but he's so awkwardly shaped. He's awkwardly shaped in phase 2, but he makes up for it by the fact that he plays differently. In a way that lets you actually hit him way more easily. Alright, that was not what I expected. What do we do here? That's not proper for how you moved compared to how I moved. That's not how that should have played at all, I would say, but that's okay. Yeah, you just roll twice for that. You just can't be rolling into him. You have to be rolling in any direction besides into him if he's doing that spike. I think we just kill him here, right? No. I shouldn't have hit that there. Yep. You know what? Nope. I die for that, huh? I don't die for that? Unless... Do I burn? Yeah, I burn to death. I should have hit heal. I don't know why I didn't, actually. Oh. I don't know why I get so tilted by this fight over so many of the other ones that I think are actually like a lot tougher typically. Although he is now on par for killing me the same amount of times as Moog has killed me. And he's worth like a third of the souls. Actually, he's worth over a third. He's worth 220,000. Moog is worth, like what? 480,000 probably. 96 plus 48. 540. Close. Something like that. Mm. I'm gonna be sad if this hits me. Now I have to run away because I can't see where they're falling. It looks like the running R1 might just be like the best option. Yeah, I get it. Dude, that jumping R2 actually does massive damage, huh? We actually need to heal here. Just don't let him. And he's about to bleed, probably, so we're actually really looking good here. Yeah, you can roll for him on the second one. Don't know why he did that so early, or out of nothing. Yeah, I get it. Dude, by the way, the amount of burn that he does is absolutely insane, huh? He burns you for like 80% of your health, plus, like, at the very least. I'm pretty sure. That's one of those roars that just hits you if you're close. Doesn't do anything. I think it's just supposed to get your timing off. Him in this attack. He landed over top of me. I'm just dead here. Possibly. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna call it there because I'm going to get tilted otherwise, and I'm trying to rush instead of just take my time with this. Because I'm trying to finish before my wife gets home. So instead of being a little tilted at the game, sometimes it's good to take breaks already. We are 3.5 hours in. And we have killed 7 bosses. Wow. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've killed 7 bosses, so almost 2 bosses an hour now. But anyway, thank you for watching, those of you who did. This will actually cover most of what pardon me, most of what I needed to. And, I mean, the last bosses are all the same. Everybody knows them. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you did like, please do leave a like. Subscribe, please. It does help a lot. And, of course, did I say leave a comment? Leave a comment if you'd like, because I'm sure you can tell me how I'm playing wrong and stuff. Or congratulate me for playing wrong or right. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.